depends weighing up the costs of putting on the broadcast versus the money that they were making. The other thing to talk about as well, I suppose, is will any of these games get sort of simultaneously shown on Premier Sports' partner channel, Free Sports? It'd be a good idea, you would expect, in the opening period of the season to put them up for free as well, to try and encourage people to then subscribe to watch the rest of the action. I think a legitimate question about Monday night is it fair and reasonable to get part-time players playing on a weekday night? But at the same time, the flip side of that is it's much better for the clubs to get some sort of television exposure, even if it is only going to be 15,000 people watching. It's more than they would have been getting with no people watching.
Yeah, and I do think as long as the Monday nights are planned in well in advance and all the clubs know exactly when that Monday night is going to be, then you can plan for it. And I think that's perfectly reasonable. That it's not likely to be happening more than once or twice a season, is it? Even at a top club. So, yeah, I think it's perfectly reasonable from my point of view.
Well, with only 14 clubs, you'd think they'd spread it out evenly across the season, with everyone maybe having one home game, one away game. You could work it some way like that, and then you've got the summer bash. It's better than no deal, innit? I think is the takeaway for me.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, the championship's been left in that position where it's had to sort itself out, and it kind of has had to do it. It's not ideal, but it's a necessary evil, I think.
Yep, we'll shout out, of course, as always, to BBC Sport Rugby League page, totalrl.com and loverugbyleague.com. They provide the news stories for us to comment on. Okay, that's the news dealt with. Let's move on to the wrap-up. Guys, I've got a quiz for you. I've devised it in a way that means you can compete against each other, but I'm just going to have to make sure I've got some space to do scoring.
Can I surrender in advance?
It'd be good if Saints didn't win something this year.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be great if they didn't win fuck all, but we're not in that situation, Alan. So we have to live with the life we've got.
Alan, let's say that's why you win this quiz, then, shall we?
I'm not having that. I'll win it fair and square. I'll not at all.
It sort of rolls into one of the things I was going to talk about in my recommendations. Richard Osman's birthday cake game. Are you aware of his Radio 4 show that's also out as a podcast? It's basically the simplest premise you can think of. He has some comedians or celebrities on, and he asks them to guess the age of celebrities, and that's as simple. He gives them the name, and then they have to guess the age. That's all it is.
That sounds all right to me.
How easy is that? Well, what I'm going to do is we're going to play the birthday cake game, but for rugby league people. So it's rugby league people who've got birthdays this week. So as we're talking to each other this week. So
okay.
I'm going to do 4, so then you can both have first dibs at 2. And what happens is if you are within a year of the person's age, you get 1 point. If you get it bang on, you get 3 points. Outside of that, you get no points. Feel free to talk through your choices and that sort of stuff and see where we're going, and everyone can play along at home and see if you outscore David or Alan. So we'll go with David first, and the first player whose age I want you to guess, and his birthday was on the 11th of October, so today, as we're recording. Yesterday, as you're listening. This player is Liggy Sow. How old is Liggy Sow this week?
Is it just to clarify the rules, Mark? Is it who gets closest between Alan and I?
No.
No.
So that,
if you get bang on the age, then you get 3 points. If you get one either side,
right,
you get 1 point. If you're 2 years out either way or more, you get no points. So, for example, if we were guessing my age, you said 36, you'd get 3 points. You said 35 or 37, you would get 1 point. If you said anything above 37, you can fuck off.
Okay, I've got it.
Okie dokes.
So Liggy Sow, who looks like he's in the second half of his 20s. I'll say he's 28.
Okay. Alan.
I had him pegged older than that. I'm going to go 31.
31. Well, the bad news is neither of you have got it spot on. The good news is one of you has scored a point. The bad news is it's David. Liggy Sow turned 29 yesterday, the Hull FC prop forward, who I would say has had an outstanding season this year in what was a team that fell apart, but he didn't.
No.
Okay, Alan, you get to go first on this one.
Okay.
And this one is the Sky Sports legend that is Terry O'Connor.
Oh God! Now Terry's been retired. I want to say nearly 20 years. Maybe not quite 20 years. Terry O'Connor, I'm going to say, is 56.
Okay, Alan's guessed 56. David, what do you think Terry O'Connor turns this week?
I don't think he looks as old as me. Certainly doesn't look as old as I feel. So, particularly after Saturday night's excesses. I would say Terry O'Connor is 10 years younger than that. I'll go 46.
46. Neither of you score a point. But if you split the difference, and you say 51... So he turns 51 on the 13th of October.
Sorry, Terry, that was very rude of me.
Yeah, I mean, well, to be fair, you know, when you're looking at it and you're thinking his son plays in Super League, you're kind of aging him, aren't you, into a generation above, and
yeah, that's true.
You just put him at the top end of that generation rather than the bottom end.
I'll be able to look him in the eye the next time.
I'm sure if Barry's listening, he'll have enjoyed Alan's answer there. So it remains 1-0 to David as we go into the third one. David, you can get first chance on this one. How old this week will Francis Cummins be, the new assistant coach at Wakefield?
I will... I'll say 41.
41 for David. Alan?
I know he's about my age. I'm going to be a bit cheeky and say 42.
42. I mean, you were travelling in the right direction, but both of you have underaged Franny Cummins somewhat. He actually turns 45 on the 12th of October.
He's a bit older than me. I feel a bit better.
45, yeah. Well, when you think he made his international debut in 1995.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
He made his Leeds debut in the Championship in 1993-94 season. So, yeah. He's been around a while.
Is it too late for me to say I'm not very good with ages?
Well, you're doing better than Alan. It's still 1-0 to you with one left to go, and you get Alan gets first guess at it though, and the final player whose age we are to guess what age this week does Brett Dallas turn in prison? Is he still in prison? Poor Brett Dallas.
I didn't know he'd gone to prison.
I need to put a bit of thought in this now. I'm going to say he's 49.
He came out of prison in April.
I'm going to go 49.
49, Alan says. David, what's your guess for Brett Dallas?
I'm going younger than that. He can't be that. He always looked young, I thought, Brett Dallas.
Did he? He always looked a mess, I thought. A very quick mess, don't get me wrong.
No,
a capable mess.
Tell me later why he was in jail. I've no idea, but I always thought he was a great player. I would go 45.
45. So on Friday, on this coming Friday. No, he was born on a Friday. On the 18th of October, in a week's time. In a week's time, Brett Dallas will turn 47. So both of you were 2 years out. But that does mean that David wins 1-0.
I had him pegged at like 30 in 2002. That's what was my kind of... Because that was he with you in 2002? That's my mind's eye.
He was, yeah. He scored 15 tries in 20 appearances, according to Rugby League.
And obviously, it was after his kind of NRL career. So anyway, yeah, I was close, but no cigar, as they say. No,
he retired in 2000 at the end of the 2006 season. He left his boots, didn't he, on the pitch? He retired at the age of only 32.
Oh, so he's younger than I thought.
When he retired, he went to prison because he stole. Basically, didn't he shoplift? He'd gone into a pretty low kind of spell in his life. He went into a spell of drug addiction, and that led to petty crime. Back in prison in August. Hold on, let me get the latest on Brett Dallas. I can't read the Courier Mail website. It wants you to pay. Unfortunately, some more theft charges. Poor fella. Hopefully he sorts himself out, because he was a fantastic winger.
He was a great player.
Anything else we should tell everyone about? Any recommendations? David, you kind of got yours out there in your preamble to the grand final, I suppose.
Absolutely. Altrincham Market's absolutely wonderful. There's also a bar near Altrincham Market, and I wish I could I think it's like Diagon Alley. It only ever appears after grand final nights, but you go past the Con Club and go down a little alleyway, and then there's a door, and you go down these stairs, and at the bottom of the stairs there's a curtain. You go in through there, and it's like a little speakeasy, and it serves delirium beer, those little Belgian things that are like about 9% or something like that, and we only ever go there on grand final night. So I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist, but
that place doesn't exist. That's just David's excuse when he has to get out.
Well, let's put it this way: my Saints hat is still there.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I got lost in delirium. Yeah,
it did. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Right. What am I searching for? Altrincham Speakeasy.
I'll find it while you're asking up, and get the name of this place. It's a really good gaff.
Have you got anything for us, Alan?
I really don't. I'm really sorry. I've been tied down with essays, so my only recommendation is reference early and reference well. Because it's a pain in the ass.
Reference, certainly a reference.
Oh, Chase